All right, we are live. Let me get this tweeted out here so everybody can join in. 1 second. Awesome. Good. All right, we are live. Let me. All right, so hope everybody had a great trading day today, and welcome. Today we're going to be continuing our conversation on day trading, the power of trend with continuation. So we're going to be looking at the wonderful situation of continuation. So before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, so we're going to take a look and see where we left off in the market, and then we're going to go over the look at the futures, and then we're going to go over the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So here we go. So here's where we left off with the SPX today. So up 36 points. So pretty cool stuff, except the majority of it was from the gap, right? But the monthly chart doesn't care, right? It's still good. It's still over last month's high, still forming a nice little green hammer right here, and working its way up over the mid-Bollinger Band. Weekly chart. Look what we did. We got above the Harami cross breakdown. Let's make sure everything's coming through okay. We got above the Harami cross breakdown, right, from the Corona crash. Then we had this bullish engulfing candle right here, right, with the RSI oversold, and we got nice follow through to the upside off of that, right? So we got through this, and look where we got to. We got to that, bull bear market, right? Profiting in bull bear markets, the 30 weekly moving average. So a little upper shadow off of that one here today, which also happens to correspond basically with the 200 moving average here on the daily. So big line in the sand right there. That was a big area right here that we tested today, right? 3,000 was a big number, and the 200-day moving average is a big number, right? We gapped above it today, and they tried to push it, right? And then they came back at the end of the day and brought it down a little bit. So we'll see what they have in store for tomorrow. We'll take a look at the futures in a little bit. Let's take a look at the price action here and see how that goes. So let's see. Boom. All right, so price action today. It doesn't get much choppier than this, right? The range, really 17-point range right here, and then all contained within the 15-orb range for the majority of the day. We didn't catch a move on the SPX today until right at the end of the day. We started breaking down below these channels, 15-orb breakdown, and we did. I mean, these are tough. You wait all day, right, looking at the SPY and the SPX, and they finally give you a move here at the end of the day. So it's a nice little trade at the end of the day, and that was about what we had going on there. There's some other good stuff too, which we'll take a look at as well. But that's what we had today. So let's take a look at, these are the levels that we provide to our members before each market open. And you can see how we stayed basically between the 15-orb range. We also tested this R2 level a lot here. It's a weekly level. A couple down moves off of that, right? A couple little kind of scalpy moves to the downside, right? We worked our way up. A couple scalpy moves right here, a couple upside moves to get there from the 15-orb low, and then we had this nice breakdown. Love the inside 5 breakdown today, right? We got really close to the R3 level light here, right? So we gapped above, we gapped up to an open gap, right? And then we had this over the gap window. So pretty cool move today, and that's what we had in the SPX today. So they chopped it and then they dropped it right at the end. So let's take a look and see what they're doing with the futures here. So it looks like they brought it back up to let's see, hopefully this doesn't crash here. Wow, that would be the first time in a while that we got a thinkorswim crash during a live stream. Hold on. There we go. Just trying to get some data. There we are. All right, so here we go. So they chopped it, right? And they dropped it. And you can see right here, right? Here's your chop, here's your drop, inside 5 down, same thing we were just looking at. And then, right, we were actually down for a little bit tonight. They actually rallied it off to those. This is a key level that we used right here, right? This is kind of a major level where we found support right here, right? This is your drop-based rally area, right? And so we had a nice bounce off of that at the end of the day. So it looked like, the bears were like, oh, no, at the end of the day, after hours, like they started ripping off of that one. Then when we started the futures tonight, we came back down again, and they did a major reversal off of this one, right? Basically a 2B reversal. It's not a green candle, but essentially this in the like of that, right? So big move up there, big level. Once they broke above here, money printing gets started again, right? So they just bought the dip again here tonight with the futures. So we're up here this evening. We'll see how we do. We're running into a little bit of a resistance zone right here, kind of a major level that we were testing throughout the day today. So we're kind of back in the chop zone here from intraday. Of course, here's the 15-orb range, a little bit different than the SPX 15-orb range, but we're still we're up, right? We're up about 7 points. So let's see how that holds going into today. So we basically have this trend line we're going to be looking at into the rest of the evening, and we'll see how that holds throughout the night. Okay, so good stuff. So that is where we are right now. So let's go and get with the topic right here. So today we're going to be talking about continuing the conversation on day trading, the power of trend, right? And yesterday we talked about trend lines, which is essentially the main way to establish what trend we're in, right? And how to draw those. And so today we're going to talk about continuation within that trend. So we'll look at some examples of that. Okay, and these are the great ones, right? So this is where, where you're trending up and you have a nice open and you get continuation of that trend move basically right from the open. So basically it's looking for setups that take those moves. So let's go back and let's take a look at, let's make sure it's coming through okay. So let's go back and let's take a look at Facebook. Okay, so Facebook's a really good one, and we're going to use it for some examples this week, just because the trend has been pretty phenomenal, right? So let's take a look. Let's go to the bar chart here. It should be a little bit cleaner. So you can see here with Facebook, what a great reversal, right? What a huge move down, right? Decent move up here finally off of earnings, and held its earnings gap really well and really started to trend, right? So there's three main trend lines. Okay, so there's this move right here, right? The initial one from the lows, right, at the after the Corona crash. So we had that. So that has established a macro trend line. So the trend is up, right? Bullish till proven otherwise. Then we had a bump line off of that. The bump lines are where you get a steep line, and then continue to work your way up from there, right? So we had a fresh high right here, and then we had a fresh high right here, so that shifted this line up. So we have this bullish line working its way up. And then finally, we had another bump line off of the bump line, right? So talk about triple bullish here on Facebook, right? So really cool stuff. And for the last couple days, now we're getting, a little choppy, a little extended and all that stuff. Probably our harmonic pattern working in here for a potential reversal off of today's highs. Nice move at 240, right? But here, these last couple days, right, you could see that the trend was up, right? It was super bullish over three lines. So we look for days like this when we're strong to look for those type of continuation moves, right? So let's go back and let's take a look and see how those kind of play out here on the 15. So if we go back a couple days, you can see these are just great days, right? So these are nice moves. So if we go these 2 days right here, just fantastic. And it's essentially, you can see a couple different things, right? We've talked in the past about these pre-market trend channels, so we're following those up right here. And this is just a great day, right? The trend is up. And then we get a nice open, right? So this is key, right? So the key is here. We've cleared our pre-market levels and our aftermarket levels right there, and we have start the day off with a bullish candle, a little bit of an upper shadow, right? And then good volume, and then we have more volume that comes in on the second candle on a green candle that works its way up into the upper shadow of the first, right? So with these, you can start off by getting a nice scalping move off of these for a nice push to the upside right here. And then the beauty of trend continuation is that you get nice follow through on these. So pullbacks, right? So really, this is what we look for in trend continuation, right? We look for sideways consolidation or some slight bull flag consolidation up to either your trend line, right? Now the trend line, of course, shifts, but your geometric line or whatever the case may be, or we like to use the ADMA, right? The 8 exponential moving average, right? Because that is a great way to track trend. So whenever we can get nice pullbacks to that trend, we can look for setups, right? Here's a 2-bar pullback to the ADMA right here. Makes a nice little bull flag, right? To the ADMA, gives you a nice move up, right? And then we had one more pullback right there to the ADMA, held, gave you a nice inside 15 right there, bull flag, and this one ended up working its way up very, very nicely. Nice continuation move off of that ADMA. Never closed below it here, right? Just a couple lower shadows, lower shadows, lower shadows, and that gives you a great move into the afternoon, right? And some huge volume came in on this one too for a nice push, right? All the way from 215 all the way up to 220 on this day. So that is a continuation move, and just the type of stuff that we love to look for when we are trending. That's why when you guys, if anybody follows me on Twitter, like you'll see when each night I go through the go-to list, which is most of the FANG stocks and a couple other ones, right? We like to see what the trend is, but before taking a trade, you really want to see what the trend is of the thing that you're trading, or the macro trend of the thing that you're trading is, right? So if you can get these continuation moves or these strong moves to the upside, right? A lot of times you can just wait for these nice pullbacks intraday, and then you can follow that ADMA up, right? So that's a great move right there. And then the next day, we gapped up a little bit, right? And look what happened, right? Here's all the after hours levels. Okay, just a bunch of chop after there, right? And then we pushed up a little bit here, and then we had a nice pre-market level right here, right? Now let's take a look and see what happened that day. Another nice move, right? So you have a strong move at the open right here, good volume. Next move, continuation to the upside, consolidation, sideways movement, right? Nice horizontal move, inside 15. Okay, right to the 80 EMA, and then boom, a nice move up off of that. So you get this nice continuation move on Facebook in this situation, right? So we love it, right? Another one that we looked at today, guys, just to kind of point out, tech was pretty weak today. There's a lot of pullbacks in tech. One of the things we looked at, remember the harmonic discussion that we had recently on Shop? I love this. Such a pretty picture, right? We drew this here on Twitter. But what a great harmonic. We talked about it here about the 830-ish level, the 3.618 retracement extension, right? And to make the that crab pattern. Look at that. We got basically right to it today. And then today on Shop, what a great move to the downside. What great follow through down, right? Nice little push inside 5, down, 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 down. So great stuff. And then it just kind of, worked its way down here throughout the day. And look at that. It held its 80 MA down. Okay, so that was not a trend move, but it was a great reversal move off of that harmonic. But let's take a look. A couple other ones. So that was something we pointed out this morning in the live stream. But take a look at JP Morgan. Okay, so it's recently been working on a reversal. Let's see, this comes up right here. Basically, been working on a reversal right here. Nice trend up. Today's gap forced this trend line here, and we had a nice strong move to the upside, and the banks were strong today, right? So that is great. So we get a nice gap, and then we get a beautiful trending move today on JP Morgan. This is a continuation move, right? So what a beautiful move, right? Great candle right here. Consolidation inside 15, right to the 80 MA. Look at how it just rode that 80 MA up, throughout the day. What an incredible move on JP Morgan today. And then same with Bank of America. Same essential daily chart, right? Just the banks were great today. Nice flow into those. Airlines were strong today. Stuff like that. And Bank of America was just another great example of this, right? So you can see the almost essentially the exact same move. And this was great too. Look at this, guys. Triple inside 15. Talk about a strong move at the open. Triple inside 15, right? And that usually those inside 15s forms a triangle pattern. And then a nice breakout over there. Sideways action to the 80 MA inside 15, works its way up, right back to the 80 MA, works its way back up again. So just a beautiful move on Bank of America today. These are the moves that we love when trend is working its way to the upside, right, or downside, right, and you can get nice continuation in the direction of the trend. So definitely something to look for, and good. So that is the continuation move, and I hope you guys found that helpful. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to play those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can. Try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So we have a few that came in here. Shirley sent in a few via email, so let's take a look at those to get started. So we've got Ewz Brazil Etf. So Brazil getting just having some issues, right? So political issues, economic issues, and corona issues, right? So big triangle type move today. It tried to pop out of this today, and this just couldn't get any traction, right? So this ended up being a pretty nasty pullback, pretty choppy type stuff. It tried a couple times to get going. Just be really, really careful with this. Really, just kind of gapped up. With reopening stuff. But again, Brazil's got a lot of work to do too on their end. And in addition, it's kind of interesting. There's probably a little bit of a squeeze there. Talking about banning travel, from Brazil, things like that. So. Love, yeah, airlines did great today, guys. This is another example, very similar to the JP Morgan, Bank of America type setup here today. So Love, nice move up here, got out of all those levels today, gave you a trend line to the upside, nice uptrend, right? And then Love, although unfortunately today did not give us a green one at the open to give us that move, but stocks like DAL, right? Nice move to the upside, right? Green candle. Pull back to the 80 MA, worked its way back up today. UAL, I believe. DAL and UAL. A little bit easier to trade than Love. Perfect on UAL. Look at this. Beautiful move to the upside. Strong green candles. Inside 15. Pulls a couple pullbacks to the 80 MA and continues to work its way up. Nice continuation moves on those today. So keep an eye on those. MGM. Beautiful today. Beautiful moves. Intraday reversal, right? So bounced off the 15 orb here. Right, and give you a nice move to the upside here on MGM today. So with casinos, a lot of these, CCL type ones, MGM, all the ones that typically were affected by Corona had a strong day today on reopening type news. Okay, so good stuff there. IDBM looking pretty interesting right there. Big lower shadow, kind of a reddish hammer right here, but it's kind of hanging out there, so something to keep an eye on if it wants to get strong, get over today's highs. And General Motors, again, similar to like the EWZ, gap up right there and then a pullback, right? So just a little bit tricky on that one. But, look for some continuation or a possible pullback to fill the gap if the market decides to be weak tomorrow. So good stuff. Mike, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look. Netflix. So Netflix, great stuff, right? Trend box breakdown, right? So definitely got some follow through the downside. So right now, we're out of the trend box. And the trend, right, is now beginning to work its way down. So where's that going to bring us? We don't know, right? It could get strong with the rest of the market, but all we do know is that it has shifted now based on the trend box breakdown and the continuation of volume. So now it's working on a downtrend. So, but pretty cool stuff how it got out of that trend box, right? We had our upward trend line, broke down out of it, gave you your trend box, confirmed below it on Friday, and give you a nice momentum move down through it today. So just continue to keep an eye on this trend and see how that holds. Of course, with the market the way it is, probably try to reverse this trend back up again. But right now, it's working on its trend down. Might come back to the 50, might come back to the cloud. A couple areas like that. So we'll see how that handles that. Google, gap and fade. So pretty nasty right there, but it is still trending. Let's see if we get any lines on this one. So we still have this trend line right here, right? We got over a lot of these levels, so let's see if it could hold it. Tried to get into this gap a little bit today and rejected it. So just watch that red candle from today. And then GLD, yeah, so that was another one that we pointed out this morning. So the gold sector was pretty weak today, right? So it gave that a little bit of a triangle breakout and didn't get any follow through. And like I always say, guys, be careful with gold and all that because futures could open at anywhere. And this one kind of worked its way down here today. So inside down with the market up. Right, and you can see just, nice continuation with the downside, rally back up to the ADMA, double inside 15, and then worked its way down on GLD. So something to keep an eye on right here. It might find a little bit of support here from the middle of that triangle range. The bow and arrow. So good. The Nest, what's happening? You got some profit on the car trade. Hey, great job on that one. Good job. Let's take a look at car. Yeah, very nice. Good follow through the upside, working its way up into the in the cloud today. Congratulations, nice job on that. I like all the crossovers here on the moving average, the 21 and the 8, all crossing over here, and it got out of that triangle range today. So good stuff on that. Well done. Yeah, let's take a look at a couple other ones. So Levi. Yeah, nice move today. Good gap up and continuation here. A little bit of an upper shadow, but see if that gets any follow through over those highs into tomorrow. And then Save. A little bit of a trickier of the airline stocks. I prefer DAL and UAL if I'm trading airlines. Sometimes AAL. But nice move today. Good volume. Let's see if we can get into the cloud. Watch out for some cloud resistance on that one. And then Home. Yeah, great candle on that one today. Good volume. I like how it's coming out of the cloud here. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good on that one as well. So see if that gets any follow through too. Great job. ZEK. Great job. The Nest. Yeah, SSRM. Yeah, a little pullback there again with the miners and all that. QTNT. Hanging out there, a little bit of a doji day today, so see how that holds. Again, it's kind of getting tight there. See if it pops over those highs again today. NetEase. Yeah, a couple of the Chinese internet names were pretty good. Decent push up today, but an upper shadow to close. So it is holding the ADMA right there, so see if that can continue to hold for you going into tomorrow. The ERJ. Yep, gap up and fade a little bit. Earnings coming up, so just be careful with this one here. Kind of a little bit cheaper, but and also Embraer, so also ADR type stuff. But something to keep an eye on as well. And then AVAV, so watch for the gaps on that one. AVAV, great gap up. I know you've been tracking this one for a while. Great gap up, double inside day, strong hammer. Coming out of that double inside range. A little more volume yesterday would have been great, but doesn't matter. It didn't care. Gapped up, right? Left you with an upper shadow here. So look for potential fade on that one. It's got to contend with now the upper shadow from today. Good stuff. Anki, what's going on? Good evening. Thoughts on Boeing? So Boeing, choppy day today on Boeing. Nasty little doji right at the cloud, right? So it looks like it's trying. Look at all those moving averages getting really tight right there. It's getting out of the triangle, just kind of slowly chopping back and forth. It needs really an impetus really to get going, some sort of catalyst, like some good news or something like that. But really tight doji day today. Let's see if we can get a green candle to get us into the cloud to start going again on Boeing. Roku. Yeah. So that's the area we're kind of looking at too on Roku. It is breaking down out of the trend box right here, but let's give it another day, see how it holds. That I like the rising 50-day. You do have a thin cloud right here, so if it can't bounce off of that, we may see a gap fill on Roku. But right now it is breaking down. Right, Friday's candle was down with increased volume. Today got a little bit of follow through down, but see if it holds that 50-day. If it can't hold that, and it can't hold the cloud. look out below, you know. So that's what we're looking at there. So we'll see. We'll see if we can bounce from there. And then seal. Yeah, a little bit crazy right there. Big move from yesterday. It did give a pop off of yesterday's highs and then kind of pulled back pretty nasty. So look at that for some potential, more potential pullback on it. But crazy, crazy volatility on that one. Disney double inside day, gap to the upside, left with an upper shadow. I think they're up after hours a little bit on more reopening strategy talks. So they were up after hours a bit. Now they're up just like a couple cents here, but it got a little bit of got a little bit perky after hours, but we'll see how that goes. And then JP Morgan, of course, very, very strong day today. So again, we'll look for a push over today's highs, see if we can get some more follow through. So good stuff. The Nest, yes, Chef. Let's take a look at Chef. How's that doing? Okay, yeah, it's trying. Inside day up today, good volume, right? You got these levels right here, so let's see. Let's even get above those guys. Right, I like how it's trying to work its way out of the triangle right here, but that started the triangle with a couple of these upper shadows right here. Let's see if we can push above those. Chef, I like it. Swedish Chef, work. J Moss, what's going on? Good to see you. SPCE. Let's take a look. Yeah, so space had some good flow today. Traders were trying to push this one up today. I like the inside 15 up here off the 15 orb high. Gave a nice pop here. It's kind of consolidated in the end, so it's tricky one to trade. But it is trying to work its way back up there into the cloud. And then FXI. Yeah, the China large cap ETF. So definitely want to keep an eye on to see how, where, Baidu and Baba, JD, those type of ones, right? So definitely range bound right here. So just kind of up and down in here until we can get some clarity. Good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Hope you're doing well. Michael, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. DA, what's happening? Hey, my pleasure. Yeah, Shop, you got the flush right on cue. How much further down? That's they don't talk about that in the harmonic trading, right? But one of the things we did see here is, we had a nice lower shadow here off the upper trend line, right? So we got the flush today. Again, we would have to break below today's lows to really start to confirm, down. We've got some support levels right here. So basically, I would wait to see if we can close below the 21 moving average on that one. If we do, then we might see a potential move back down to the cloud or the 50-day on that one. But it did hold trend still, so it's still holding the trend line. So it was a beautiful move down. We'll just have to see what kind of follow through it gets. But that was nice. Good stuff. Rocky, what's going on? Is it time to roll the dice on the casino stocks? I like it. CZR. They're a little bit tricky, right? Not all of them have been, behaved the same today, right? CZR gapped up and pulled back, still under its 200-day moving average. Penn was another one, gapped up and pulled back, right? So a couple of them aren't that good, weren't that good today, but Win was a little bit choppy today. It is one of the more fun ones to trade, but kind of a green day today. LVS a little bit better. A little bit better in terms of its movement, right, and its percentage gain or its point gain up to the upside today, but a little bit of a red doji today. But MGM was the one today, right? So nice green candle right there, closed above these pivots, good volume, right? So keep an eye on it, see if it gets more follow through to the upside. So I like how it kind of pushed. It didn't quite close above those lows, but pretty much right at it. So see if we can get above today's highs for some more upside. So we'll see. I like it. Roll the dice. DA. Also, what are we looking at in regards to the GS? Making some nice gains. Yeah, it was a big move today on Goldman Sachs. I mean, all the financials, right? Your big, JP Morgan's, Bank of America's, Goldman Sachs, strong today, right? So let's see. This is bullish move up, right? ADMA pullback, continue to work its way up, right? So it's a beautiful candle day, good volume. So let's see if we can get some more follow through to the upside, right? You got the 200-day moving average above. So let's see if we can get some more strength out of that one. Yeah, so 210, 200-day moving average right there at 205, and then above that 210, you got an open gap right there around 214, a couple gaps above. So we'll see. And then Goldman's a little bit tricky, right? It gets a little bit funky. Here's a red candle, nice follow through the next day, then it chops around. Big candle, chops around, right? Big candle, chops around. So it's a little bit more challenging. I prefer JP Morgan, Bank of America, to trade. Royal, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Camping World. Wow, this thing is still going, right? We talked about this level right here. We gapped above it, inside day up. So now we got another upper shadow here to contend with. So see how that holds going into tomorrow. But yeah, very, very bullish there. ATVI. Whew, we talk about this one all the time, guys. Such a tough one to trade. Looks like it filled the gap pretty close to it at least. But nasty down move on ATVI today. Wow. That's why I can't swing these video game stocks. They just go crazy like that. Especially ATVI. Sometimes it'll give you a good day trade, but close below the 21 moving average. Again, still generally holding a couple different trends. right? So we're still holding this right here. So let's see if that holds. If it breaks down below there, trend box, then we'll see if it works its way back down to the next level. ALT. Yeah, big push to the upside today. Huge move right there, then left you a big upper shadow right there. So see what kind of follow through you get tomorrow on that one. And then FSLY. FSLY. Yeah, another pullback on that one too. So just see how it holds. It's kind of right at the 80 MA right there. It's been very, very bullish recently. So just see if it pushes down below those lows for maybe a potential move down to maybe this 35-ish level, 35, 36 area. The area, what's going on? Neo. Yeah, we got earnings coming up this week, right? Big candle today coming up today. So again, this thing, it just really respects this level right here. It respects its geometric levels, right? So you could actually kind of take this and do that, but even from here, it's right at this one right now. So see how that holds going into tomorrow, if it serves as resistance. And we got earnings coming up. I think it's the 28th. So we've got that Thursday morning. So sometimes it can be fun. So see how it holds that level. Good. And then VTIQ, how's that one doing? Oh yeah, back in action. So held the 80 MA, got real tight in here, right? Little inside day, push to the upside Friday, and then boom, got some nice follow through the upside here. So upper shadow off of that prior inside day. So see if it can continue to push above today's highs. What a volatile thing. Good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Matt, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Let's go with Hog. Harley. So Harley Davidson, gap up today and fade. So push its way back down to here, right in the cloud. So again, just kind of keep an eye on this cloud level right here, see if it can hold. If not, if we have a weak candle tomorrow, we might see an evening star reversal on that one. It might work its way back. This is a tricky one to trade, right? The options, spreads get a little bit funky and all over the place, but we'll see how that goes on that one. Good stuff though. Thomas, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. CRWD. Bearish engulfing candle with increased volume. So this one's a really, really tricky one, right? So I mean, this is just a fresh high today. Fresh high today. Push down below here is kind of your first breakdown level. It did hold the 80 MA. Push down below today's lows might try to make its way down to the 21. You got earnings coming up on this one too. But what a choppy kind of grindy up move. Makes it really tough with those options. The Nest, yeah, Tilray. Take a look. Yeah, so Tilray, is just getting the volume, right? It did great today intraday, right? Once it cleared this level right here, see this guy right there? We talked about that. If we could push above there, possible momentum move, and look, we're right through that level right here and through the pre-market levels. So you got all that volume pushing through there, right? That was like, stops just waiting for the entry on that one, and boom, boom, right? Gave a big move to the upside, and then it's kind of fizzled, right? Because it's all over the place in Tilray. So it's a big move up right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing just kind of fizzle out a little bit right here. Look how it did it here. Two very, very similar type moves, right? Boom, boom. Yeah, this is awesome. And then blah, boom, boom. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? It would have to get more interest, but good volume here, and it did close above this level. So as long as it holds above that level right there, we can try to stay bullish on it. Good stuff. DA, yeah, so DCAR having a merger meeting tomorrow. Cool. Good. So, let me get this thing pulled up right here. There we go. So, yeah. So, let's see how that goes tomorrow. Some good volume coming in here. Dollar stock. So, we'll see how that goes for going into tomorrow. There are talks of a reverse split. Can you explain what this means for the stock tomorrow? So, if you reverse split, right, so it actually kind of gaps it up. But how it basically just kind of dilutes your options. I'm pretty sure the options get adjusted for that. So you basically, just because it's up, if it goes up to like $5 or something like that, I think you end up, they end up basically splitting your options contracts too if you have that. So we'll see. But if it goes up, right, then you get that split move to the upside. So we'll see how that goes. Tricky. I don't mess around with the penny stuff, but yeah, that's usually what you see on those. Austin, hey, thanks, appreciate it. Good stuff. Michael, what's going on? NV. Wow, crazy move today. Look at that, from $10 to $40 and back again. Look at that volatility and that volume today. Wow. Doubled and then back again. It's just crazy. Wow, you find some good ones. That is amazing. So big upper shadow to contend with right there for sure. And then work. Not sure which work could do that, but upper shadow today as it continues to work and grind its way up there. And then Bank of America, yeah. Good, yeah. So Bank of America looking good here. Strong move up, and then Goldman Sachs, yeah, exactly, bullish until from Buffett dumping. That's so funny. Cloud Guy, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, my pleasure. Let's take a look at ENPH. Inside day today. So holding the 8-day moving average right there, but kind of curling down. So just kind of see how it holds those the inside day levels on this one. Bagish, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. GWPH. Yep. So nice move up right here, kind of like a pot type move, right? So it's try to get above this pivot right here and left an upper shadow above it. So see if it can try to push above today's highs tomorrow, right? Love, again, nice move up here again as well. Nice gap and continuation here on the airlines. UAL, one of the best in breed to trade. Beautiful mover there. Watch the cloud as potential resistance. And Etsy. Etsy with kind of not really bearish engulfing because we're already moving down, but it could be a continuation move, right? Possible stick sandwich to the downside. See how it holds the 21 moving average. But yeah, it definitely, there's some bearish flow on that one today too. Yeah, I guess, yeah, my pleasure. The Nest, yeah, Newtonix. Let's see how this thing's doing. Oh no, unexpected error. Doesn't like how I pronounce it. All right, Newtonix, there we go. So it gapped up today, right as the 200 moving average faded off it, and it got back below the cloud. So again, this horizontal cloud level is going to be a really key level to keep track of. The Nest, and then Ewz. Yeah, kind of a little gap up today here. Little kind of teeny little thing, and see how that goes, a little Airbus action. So see how that holds. It's in the cloud there. Greg, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. FCX. Yeah, Freeport McMoran. So pretty good right here. Again, key levels. We got to get it above this, right? See this, all these levels right there. Got to get above those guys, right? They got kind of like a triangle type thing going here. So a little bit of incentive try. So you can get a push over these levels here with some volume. It might try to work its way up to 10 around that 200-day moving average. Then as Pepsi, yeah, had a crazy down move today, but ended up holding its lows. It's really in kind of a choppy zone right here. So just in this range. So just be careful with that one. Osiris, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, man. Hope you're doing well. Cost. Yeah, earnings coming up this week, so we're chopping before there. This one's a little bit tough to get an earnings run out of, but we'll keep an eye on it, right? So it's got some geometric levels right here now, and really just waiting to see how it does after earnings, see if it goes to a day trade that day. Good stuff. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Brian, what's going on? Take two. There's another game stock right there. That's just horrible. Horrible move on that one. Wow. Horribly brilliant. So let's take a look though and see. Let me get that on. That's going to go on the bearish radar for tomorrow. It's got to. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I mean, ATVI was bad, but this is just atrocious. Is tomorrow Wednesday already? Amazing that. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you start with Tuesday. Okay, so we get this here, there, these. Yeah, wow. Wow, rough day for the video game stocks today. That's why I can't swing these things. Wow, inside day and then down. But it gave you a heads up, right? It wasn't like it was like out of nowhere. Oh, why did this thing go down? Well, you had this huge red upper shadow right here, right, off of off of earnings, this inside day, and it gapped above it, and then once it pushed through that inside day low, right, I mean, that was your kind of your signal right there. You had an open gap right here, right, and it came right to these pivot levels here. But further breakdown here could continue to work this thing down. Really crazy day today on that one today. Good job, yeah. And then NVIDIA, another bearish engulfing candle right here, a little hot dog pattern. So again, a little weak right here, but as soon as this trend line paints here, it's at the 80 MA. If it breaks down the 80 MA, to see how it holds the trend line. It's still very, very bullish, despite the pullback. So good. Vinit, what's going on? Oh yeah, DKNG. So DKNG, this is an IPO, right? So it got some got some popularity today. Big move, big breakout candle here with increased volume. Apparently there's a Jason Robbins. That was kind of the news today. Jason Robbins is going to be participating in an upcoming virtual investor conference. So that kind of got things going today for it. And then it just was strong today. I mean, just a good volume. It's not indexed, right? So it's IPO type stuff. Nice movement at the end of the day. Fall through the upside after hours. So just kind of one of those kind of newsy volume type moves today. So just a great move there on DKNG. So we'll see if they get some follow through tomorrow. Tracy, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Microsoft. Yeah, Mr. Softy with a with basically a bearish engulfing candle today. See how it holds the 21 moving average off of that. Good volume. Good volume today on that one. And then Penn. Yeah, Penn just kind of the worst in breed right here. Had a big gap up today of the casinos. Now, it did have a big move up. I don't want to discredit that. It did have a big move up. So see how it holds. See how it holds at yesterday's, Friday's lows. See if we can hold that level right there. It might consolidate, kind of chop around for a little bit, but nasty pullback today on Penn. More money went into more flow, bullish flow went into MGM, a little bit of win, LVS today. So good stuff. Michael, yeah, Twilio. Let's take a look. Again, well, it finally pulled back. Let's see how it holds. Right, we're kind of right at these levels right here. So epic up move, right? Eventually, it's going to take some. They're going to take some profit on it, right? So you got that going on there. Docu, nasty pullback right there, but holding the ADMA, and then lithium batteries, big gap up today. Nice move, holding pretty well right here at these levels, right? So see how it holds today's that gap going into tomorrow. Good stuff, Nancy. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Apple, absolutely. Thanks a bunch of apples. Apples and bananas. So here we go. So Apple, again, basically today's high, all it did was just create this fresh geometric line today. So it gave a great gap up, but it couldn't hold it. So it was a quick fade today, right? So it gave you this big shooting star candle right here, right, at the open, and that was kind of your clue that, we're looking for some downside today. I didn't think it was going to keep going, right? It looked like it might kind of try to reverse right here, but then all it did, right, was give you this bear flag intraday, held your ADMA, to the downside, and then give you a nice flush down. Then it finally reversed a little bit and then worked back down, right? A little H cell setup type thing. So see how it holds. See what holds the ADMA on the daily right here. Again, this is going to be your key level. Basically, today's highs. If we push through that, right, we've got all-time highs, and Apple could be an all-star. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks so much for tuning in. And then Tracy, TGT. Let's take a look. Yep, so TGT, as soon as everything pulls up here. So TGT pulling back here after earnings. Let's get a line on this. Okay, there's your trend line. So today's really your first major breakdown here below there. So look for a potential flush below today's lows, right? Or, just a candle that gives you, more increased volume below those levels. And then it might try to work its way down the cloud. And then you got this nasty thin cloud down here too. So a little bit iffy there on the TGT. Needs to hold. The Nest. LVGO. Yeah, nice lower shadow at the 21 day. So trying to bounce off of that potentially. And COCP. Co-Crystal Pharma. Triangulating. You gotta love it when the 200-day moving average literally forms your triangle top. Look at that. Look how clean that is. So that's your number right there. Let's see if we can close bullishly above that with some good volume. Then work its way to the top of the cloud. So good stuff. Short, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Is Roku going to make a cup and handle pattern on the weekly chart? Let's take a look. So Roku, cup and handle on the week. You can kind of see it here on the daily, right? This kind of cup, handle, right? And then, of course, here's your weekly, right? Very, very similar, right? So there's your cup, possible handle right there. Yeah, it's got to get above these 130 levels to get really interesting. But right now, let's see how it holds this 50. See how it holds the 50 in the cloud. That's the big thing. Yeah, my pleasure. Heather, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Raphael, what's up? Can we take a look at TNDM? Yep. Let's take a look. So TNDM, bearish engulfing candle today off of an inside day. So good volume here. See if it works its way back down here to the 21. See if we can find some support there. DA, Twitter. Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. So take a look at Twitter. So still bullish, right? Great volume today. Gapped above the 200-day and held. Right, so it had a couple of real bullish candles right here, right? And this is an example too of the continuation that we were talking about, right, over the last couple of days, right, last week, right? Moving, working its way up here, bullish candle at the open, sideways to the ADMA, just continue to work its way up all day on that. We love those type of days. So let's see how it holds. See how it holds this 200-day moving average. So good stuff. Come what's going on? You got Tesla. Yep, so Tesla, again, getting really super duper tight in here, right? So we got a macro triangle right here. We got this micro triangle too. So it's a triangle within a triangle. So it just needs to get some volume, some good news, and a big green candle so we can try to get going again. Otherwise, we see chop. Otherwise, you see a red candle, 21-day moving average possibility. Good stuff. Royal, yeah, Yeti. The Yeti. Big upper shadow today. Not quite a gravestone doji, but a big southern doji on that one. Big pullback right there, so watch out for a pullback on that. And of course the VIX. It's hanging in there a little bit, still holding on to the 30 level. So we're not out of the woods yet. Anyway, good stuff. Yeah, Roy, my pleasure. TTD, the nest. Yep, little engulfing Harami right there. So engulfing yesterday's real body or Friday's real body. So we'll see how it holds the 8-day on that one. And then Piton. Ooh, yeah, nasty pullback on Piton. That's going on the bearish radar for tomorrow, too. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. So we'll look at maybe GS. Possible. See if we get any follow through tomorrow. Okay. Good. Yeah, Raphael, my pleasure. Yeah, Piton looking bearish right there. The nasty you hate APTI is still holding. What's it doing? Is it still chopping? Yeah, they needed some confirmation off of that one. That was a nasty fake out move. And now this is a bearish breakdown candle out of the triangle. That's no fun. Don't torture yourself in it. You can always get back in later. Yeah, my pleasure. Michael, ARGX. Whoa, look at that one. Let's keep that one on the radar tomorrow too. We'll put that on the long radar for tomorrow. I like it. I don't know where you find these ones. Amazing gap up today. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, good stuff, guys. Great chart requests tonight. Awesome questions, and really appreciate everybody for tuning in for this discussion this week. So, again, if you guys are iRobot, let's take a look at iRobot. Let's take a look here. Yeah, iRobot, great gap and go today on iRobot, right? And then CIBR. Yeah, my pleasure. CYBR, CyberArk, upper shadow right there. Rejecting this gap a little bit off of that upper shadow. So just be careful with that. So, Michael, appreciate it, man. So anyway, good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube, so you can tune in and also hit the notification button so you can see when we go live or when we post other cool videos. We post a video in the morning for the pre-market prep. We do a lunchtime market update and a market wrap, and so definitely stay tuned for that stuff. Also, whether you're new here or not, definitely hit the like button. We always appreciate that, and be sure to check out the links in the description. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your night. Thank you again for tuning in and for your support, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Everybody stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.